Little pig, spawn for me. That'll make sense later on in the video, but let's check in with our party first before we get straight to the story, because we did curve our party out to be level 12. I think that's generally where the story is as far as the enemies, but as far as our builds, still got our black mage going on here, mixed in a little bit of white magic. Probably not going to use that too much, but it is a nice backup. Swift spell, that's I think key for every magic caster in this game. For Damon there, he is our knight. He has the aim ability, concentration, not going to miss, going to do a lot of damage. So good physical damage here. Ramza, still keeping him a monk. I don't think anything's really changed with him. Robert, our archer here, just kind of standard, going to do a lot of damage from range. And then Evangeline, our white mage here, mixing a little bit of black magics, but kind of similar situation with the black mage. Those two are just kind of playing with each other's job as far as being in their secondary, but it's just what we're doing for right now, not something we're going to be sticking with. But that's the update with our party there, and I think we can just jump straight into the story and handle business. So let's see what we got going on here. Also, no hat today because got a new haircut, so you know, looking fresh. Now this fight here, it's another fight where there is an NPC that needs protecting, and as always, when it comes to an NPC that needs protecting, you're kind of at the will of the AI as far as if they're going to just run into the middle of everybody or not. I don't think we're going to bring our knight here. Knight's one of the drawbacks I would say to a knight is their mobility. So I think we'll take our white mage instead.
Ready.
That way we can help support this NPC that we may or may not need to protect. So let's see what's going on. Not looking good for our friend here.
You've nowhere left to run. All we want is the stone. We needn't take your life.
What stone? I have no stone.
Do not play the fool with me, Mustadio. Do you forget that we hold your father?
Mustadio. This is our good friend Mustadio. Some people like to call him Mustard. But yes, this is oh, I guess we'll learn a little bit more about him in a second.
It's simple. Give us the Auracite, and your father lives. Have it your way, then. Seize him!
He's got some jumps.
I have a message for your keeper, Ludovic.
So we got some names being dropped here.
Tell him that if he lays so much as a finger on my father, he'll never see the Auracite again.
Auracite. So Auracite is what the stone that they want is. That's what the name of it is. If you played something like Final Fantasy XIV, you maybe have an idea of what Auracite is.
What trouble is this? I think that man is being chased.
We do have Agrius with us, by the way. So far we have been sticking to our guns as far as being a helping hand in these situations. This is the one we cannot stand by and watch. Okay, this will
There is no telling
fail condition. If he falls, that is a fail condition. So
we must help him.
So Mustadio, just don't be an idiot. And you can see their party there. They got a nice mix of, there's a black mage there, some archers, so a lot of range that can, again, target Mustadio there. So we kind of gotta work quick in getting up to him. But he has a range weapon.
I won't miss.
That's right. In this game, we got guns. And Mustadio there, yep, he's wielding the first one that we're gonna see. Ramza, ooh, your movement is great. Now, with Ramza here, we did pick up Steel. Steel is great, and it really synergizes with Monk. So we really want to make sure that Ramza in particular, our bravery, it does hit that cap of 97. So that's what we're going to be doing instead of Tailwind, even though Tailwind is also a really good ability to use when you basically got nothing else to do.
No turning back.
But this will bump it up by 5 in combat here, but permanently it's getting boosted by 1 every time you use that ability. Let's zoom out a bit. Our white mage, it goes pretty quick. And then we are going to... How many black mages? They got 2 black mages, two archers here. I'm more afraid of the black mages, so we're going to cast Shell on him, 85% chance. That's pretty good. And it's an instant cast because we have Swift Cast. Miss. Son of a bitch. God. Alright, it's fine. We're gonna have to deal with that later. We have to raise that our white mage's faith up because that is not good enough. 96 damage going to Ramza. That's a lot. Not so worried about the knights here. Archers. Just Ramza's gonna take a little bit of a beating. Bravery, also, when we're bumping up our bravery, it helps out with our reaction, the chance for it to proc. So, another benefit to bravery there. We do have Lettuce here, our black mage, and we're gonna get in there. I think we just target their black mages and just get them done with. We got Thundaga here. Ooh. 121 damage. Oh, and we get to go first. This is why Swift Spell is excellent for black mages here. So we can hit 2 of them. I don't know how much it's going to do to the knight, but this is going to one-shot their mage before they can cast their spell. You can see it over there on the turn order. Perfect. And then our archer, move him over here, and then we can kind of play with the aims and see what we can get away with. Oh no, we weren't close enough. This, I gotta tell you guys, the movement change for archers here, I think that just adds to why I'm loving archers so much here. So 45 damage guaranteed, easy.
I let my guard down.
Some great sound effects. Pew. And then you just have the little pew. It's good.
Not good at all.
So the thing about guns, there's 2 like standard guns. They have like a base like flat damage, but later on they'll be like magical guns. And then those go off of your magic attack, and then I think they have to do with faith as well. One of those or both of those. So with Mustadia there, those 2 stats are good for him. Kind of like treat him like a spellcaster when we eventually get those types of guns. But Ramza here, I'm wondering if we just... Let's finish off that black mage. And then we can start worrying about the archers. I don't think the knights are going to be a big problem because they are just behind that wall. Our white mage, on the other hand, I can't wait till we dip into time mage a little bit with our white mage here because that'll give them the ability to just do haste. Because I don't think we're going to need too much protection. We will give Mustadio some protection. 85% chance again.
Come on.
This is just a difficult map for like melee characters, just because obviously there's a wall. Same with Agrius here. Agrius is a great character, but she's got a positioning problem in this map. Perfect. Okay, he's got protection on. That means even if these archers hit him, they're not going to do as much damage as they would otherwise. Our black mage, I think we'll just keep him obviously on this side of the wall, and we have mana foot there, or mana font, sorry. So we're going to be passively getting our MP back, which is really going to help out in the long run, especially when we're using these high-level spells here that cost 24 mana. So we're going to use Thundara again, and we are going to get it off before either one of them get their turn to move. Oh, we're just absolutely going to devastate them. Archer gets the high ground here, and again, we can start playing with how much aim we have. Dude, oh, we are killing them in the turn order here. Love it. 45 damage guaranteed. Let's do it.
You shan't succeed.
We did change out all of our potions for high potions, so now every time we get hit... Oh god. That's scary in this game, criticals, because that could have just ended the fight if he was low enough. Ooh, 112 and 74 damage. Guys, black mages. Super good. Super good. Super good the entire game, by the way. We do have Mustadio here. Still, he can just start chipping away at people. It's kind of what guns are good at first. And then Ramza, you might as well just come clean them up. I do have Shockwave. Oh, and it hits both of them.
You're finished. That can't be.
I must keep at it.
So with Monk here in the Shockwave, we have to get our Bravery up. Bravery, I think, helps out with damage when it comes to Monk. And then there's just one left. With you, we will just really ensure that Mustadio stays alive. We don't want a critical to happen to him, and then that just ends everything. Keep him topped off. It's kind of what white mages are really good for in the story missions, is protecting, again, NPCs or allies that are the mission objective.
I can.
Good Go ahead and heal yourself. And then this side is basically wrapped up. 104 damage, or 114. Yeah, you're done. You can just sit here, get a little XP going, and that's it. Ah. Easy.
Are you alright? I should be, yes. Thank you. You saved my life.
Biggest contributor, probably our Lettuce. Probably our Black Mage. No, it's Ramza. What? Our Black Mage did a lot more than Ramza did. I wonder how that calculation works. Maybe it's just the person who KOs the units? I don't know.
They're street dogs, running for the Bart Trading Company.
So, people pursuing him are part of this Bart Trading Company.
That's the company led by the Viscount of the same name. Ludovic Bart, yes?
Oh, then you've heard of them. But they're no ordinary traders. That business is only a front for more lucrative pursuits. Opium smuggling, slave trading, all manner of vile things on a grand scale.
A little bit of world building here, letting you know that, yeah, there's these merchant guilds, companies, and, you know, they deal in the shady and basically illegal goods, stuff like that. A dark market, a black market, I mean.
What did you do to draw the attention of such as they?
I'm a machinist. Do you know the history of my trade?
I do not.
Machinists claim the ruins of a lost civilization lie buried beneath the streets of the clockwork city of Gorg. Relics from the age of Saint Ajora, when airships numerous beyond counting filled the skies, and men of iron walked city streets.
Agrish just seems like she's just reciting history at this point. Like, she just goes into her brain and has like almost like photographic memory. It's like, this is the exact text on what, you know, they say about machinist.
But the art of crafting such things was lost, if it ever truly existed.
But it did exist. Fantastical though it may seem, it was all very real.
It was very real, because you guys are interested, obviously, in the world of Ivalice here. Final Fantasy XII is a prequel, not a prequel, but it happens before Final Fantasy Tactics here. And Final Fantasy XII, as far as their technology, there are numerous airships. They have like giant, like almost like spaceships almost, but still like a fantasy element as well.
The ground beneath Gorg holds the hulks of airships and 1,000 fragments of machines the gods alone know the workings of. A machinist toils to restore this lost legacy, to see these marvels of old brought to life again.
So really, you're thinking about this from a, let's just say, political and power standpoint. You'd really want to be investing into these machinist people, because they have guns. And guns, well, they are basically the modern technology of warfare. So if you got guns on your side, you're more likely to win.
The device you used during the battle, is that one of the machines unearthed in Gorg?
Not only just guns, but other technologies that we'll see later. Airships would be included in that.
What, this? This is a weapon called a pistol. It uses an explosive powder to propel a metal projectile toward its target. This one is of simple make. There were once pistols said to fire projectiles infused with magics.
So those are the guns later on that I mentioned that will do magic damage as well. So you kind of get like a little bit of a hint here, but we're not going to see those weapons for quite some time.
Curious indeed.
So, why do these hounds of the Bart Trading Company chase after you?
Just now you said you were going to Lionel to see Cardinal Delacroix, yes? The Cardinal is a hero who fought in the 50 Years' War. To this day, the people of Lionel honor him as such. They believe he is the only man who can keep the realm from descending into chaos.
So, Delacroix here, he is somebody of influence that, and again, rival Duke Larg, Duke Goltana. He has power and influence.
The Cardinal will receive you, hear your plea, and the Princess will be safe.
And what is it you want?
To go with you. I have my own reason for wanting to speak with him.
It's like, why would we take this guy?
That being...
to save my father. He is held prisoner. The Cardinal is my only hope to free him. Alone, I am just another machinist. The Cardinal would never see me. That's why I would join you.
You still haven't answered my question. Why is the Bart Trading Company so interested in you?
I love Agrias, kind of cuts through the bullshit.
I cannot tell you. Not now.
Then you remain here.
That's such a great response. It's like, you're not going to tell us, we're not going to bring you. Simple as that.
No. I must see the Cardinal. You must trust me, please.
Just trust me, man. Just trust me.
Very well, then. You will come with us.
You mean it? Thank you, my lady. Thank you.
Well, if it was up to Agrias, you would not.
You stand before the princess.
Oh,
There is no need. You may rise.
Then it's settled. Consider yourself fortunate Her Highness spoke for you.
So, Mustadio joining the party as a guest member. So now we got 2 guest members now
Lead the
with
way.
Agrias and Mustadio, who will be joining our fights. And again, I think that limits the amount of generic soldiers we can bring.
Lionel Castle, Highness. Do you see it? Just beyond those mountains.
We still have a long journey ahead. Do you think Cardinal Delacroix will aid us?
The Cardinal is said to be a man with utmost devotion to the crown. Even amid this turmoil, he has held the middle ground, siding with neither Duke Larg nor Duke Goltana. I do not think him a man to sully his honor by handing you over to either side.
I pray you are right.
He also has the ear of High Confessor Marcel. A word from the Cardinal, and the Church itself will take you under its protection.
Would that I were born no princess.
My lady.
My entire life has been spent behind sacred walls. The only sky I've known, hemmed in by slate and stone. Did you know? Before I was sent to Auban, I was in another monastery.
So her whole life she was basically been like secluded.
When I heard I was to be the adopted daughter of my late brother, and after ever in a monastery, it's not been such a bad life, I suppose.
So one, you could also assume that
Only
that not the current king, the one before that she would have been an heir to the throne. But because she was adopted by the current king, it kind of put her claim to the throne on the back burner. You know, she's still royalty. So during this situation where the king's health is not so good, or he's dead at the moment, he's going to die. We may be jumping ahead a little bit, but now she is a legitimate heir, where she has, claim to it.
Only knowing that good people die for no more reason than that I am the princess, it's almost more than I can bear.
Highness, you must not blame yourself. The fault lies with those who would use you for their own ends.
Chris got Ramza just kind of like sneakily like listening on.
There was another girl at Auban. She told me she too had lived her entire life within monastery halls. We laughed that we should share so strange a fate. A funny thing to laugh at, don't you think? She was my only true friend. Alas, I have not seen her since she departed the monastery shortly before I did. I pray she is well.
You speak of Lady Alma, of House Beoulve.
Alma being Ramza's sister. So a little bit of connection there.
So you know of her? But tell me, Agrias, what if Cardinal Delacroix makes to use me? Like all the rest,
I do not believe he will, my lady.
Ramza! Where have you been? It's almost time to leave. I didn't think to find you here. What are you doing?
There's not many moments of, I would say, humor in this game. You haven't noticed? It's all pretty, like, heavy. But there are, like, subtle scenes of humor. This is one of them.
What news have you?
All is quiet. It would seem the northern sky hasn't reached Zaland for the time.
That's just where we were.
A friend once showed me how to do this, but I'm afraid I've never quite mastered it.
Kind of a callback to the scene where Delita and Ramza were in the field, and, you know, they shared a moment where they were, you know, doing the whistle with a blade of grass. I don't know if this is like
Just
a real
like that.
thing. I imagine it
It's
is.
simple, you see.
Like this. It's really not so hard, is it?
There's a nice little moment there. Now let's get back to our campaign to get to the castle. New errands available. We're not going to do errands while we are, obviously, going through the playthrough right here. We're going to do it off screen, but just know, anytime there's new errands, just do them. They're free JP and Gil for your party, your generic soldiers. So, let's go on to the next mission here. And this battle can be deceivingly tough. There's a few reasons for that, but I think we're well equipped to deal with it, but we'll see. There's always a we'll see, because you never know with this game, because just criticals and just the nature of combat, and the enemies, they tend to just do more damage than you. Okay, so we can only summon 2 more people. I feel bad for leaving our knight out, but our knight he's an absolute powerhouse. It's just, given this terrain, I don't think he's just going to get into the mix easy enough, and we have Ramza as a frontliner.
Of course.
So that'll, I just put him down again. But I think that'll do for Ramza to be our frontline, and then I really want our white mage for this one.
No turning back.
We got knight, 2 archers,
You
but
there.
then
We've no quarrel with you. Leastwise not yet. Our quarrel lies with the machinist. Hand him over and be on your way.
Our way is his. If you wish no quarrel, I advise you withdraw. Your blood need not be spilled this day. And when you next see Ludovic, remind him that those who live by deceit are the first to die by it.
remember those words.
I thought our offer more than generous. You leave us no choice then.
What I was gonna say is, before he started yapping, in that corner there's a summoner. It's the first time seeing the summoners. Summoners are devastating. We really want to deal with them pretty quick. They have these huge area of effect damage spells. They also have some support spells as well, but the big spells do a lot of damage, cover a wide area, but they cost a lot of MP and they take a little bit of time to charge. That's kind of the drawback on them. And they're a little slow, as in, I believe black mages and white mages are both faster than them. We have Ramza here. You don't want to throw him too far in there, but we're gonna steal him up. And then I kind of want to make sure we put Shell on our front line here. At least the ones that are going to get into the mix. Oh, 50%. 92 is pretty good. 97. Okay, so it's just you. You just have bad synergy with him. Okay. Robert, your faith is pretty low too. All right. We will fix the faith situation as far as a stat later on. All right, 2 out of 3. We'll take it. Because I think next episode we'll talk about the Order class. Not right now. And we just keep slinging these spells. I just want to see how much damage we do to this guy. 81. Great. Okay. So we can actually get you right up there, our Black Mage. And I think they'll be able to nuke at least 2 of them there. Perfect. That'll do a lot of damage. And then I'm going to move him over here. I just want to see if he could hit the... Oh, we can hit the summoner. Perfect. Only 21 damage. She goes in turn 3. Okay, we can do an aim +1 on her. And just start chopping away. Good dodge there. Nice crit. Casting some summon. And our archer's the one who doesn't have shell. So that stinks. Sandaga. Bop bop. God. Black mages. So much damage. I never get tired of seeing it. Because usually you just see those big magic numbers. So here's the first summon. Shiva. $70 damage, but that's 70 damage that could be over a big area. And this is like the first tier of the summoner's abilities. So these only get stronger. Here's Ifrit. Nice, okay. 63, but we auto-healed that. Would have been a little bit more if we didn't have shell on us. And then Mustadio, he's pretty good at handling... He just missed. But he's pretty good at handling that that summoner in that corner.
Concentrate.
We can just focus on taking out the summoner over there, and then obviously all these enemies here. Perfect, look at that.
You're finished!
Good job, Ramza. Our white mage can move up a bit, because I don't think anybody's going to be able to target her. And should we just cure our archer there? I think we will, just to ensure he's okay. That knight will probably sneak in there to get inside the heal, but it's not a big deal. Well, no, Agrius blocked him. Agrius does have her knight swords, her knight abilities, which are really good. Ren shield. Okay, we don't have a shield on. Top them off. Perfect. And then their archer. Auto potion. Auto potion. Hard carrying us. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and... I think we'll blast the archer here. We'll do it right here to kind of avoid collateral damage. And we can just move back a bit. Gain a little bit of MP back. And then our archer, just keep pelting this one, this summoner over here. Seeing how much we can get away with at least +1 aim. A little bit of damage. 95 damage, perfect. Okay. Moogle. Okay, so Moogle is, this is, like I said, summoners also have support abilities. Moogle is like the first tier that they have of healing, which is pretty good. Little Moogle comes out. Boop. So they're kind of a decent healer as well, and support, because they have another summon that will absorb a lot of damage in Golem. So summoners are really good. We will be playing with summoner a little bit, probably maybe next episode. But first, we gotta kill this summoner. And then our white mage, I mean, we do so much damage that it's almost like we don't need our white mage, but we did bring black magic with our white mage. And that is just enough right there. In fact, I think we can just get away with, yeah, we can just get away with one. We can't do just thunder. As you can just see, it didn't have the height advantage. So the higher tier your thunders or your other elemental spells go up, the higher height advantage they will have. So that first tier of thunder couldn't reach that height difference. Hellfire, Ifrit again. I don't think this will kill us. Oh, that's some chunky damage. So you can see how devastating that would be for 3 of our, our party members to be hit by that sort of attack, but then to have it happen twice on top of these archers hitting us. Very easy for this. Oh man, I just skipped her chance. Son of a gun. But you can see how devastating that would be, one after the other, and then again the archers coming in at the end to basically like clean us up. That's why this fight can kind of turn sour really quick. So you got to be careful. Shell wore off. I kind of wish the just sniped our white mage there, but we do have our black mage who can cast some spells. Pretty short amount of time. Sure, why not? But yeah, you gotta be careful in this fight. And I do wish that something like Shell and Protect lasted a little bit longer. It does seem like it drops pretty quick. Go ahead, even though that summoner stopped, I just want to get him off the field. Because now Mustadio is free to... So his unique job obviously is machinist, but it just comes with disable leg and disable arm. Leg means that the enemy can't move. Arm, it means the enemy can't act, do any of abilities. So they're both actually pretty good crowd control effects, single target. So he is useful as far as like being a guest character and just like stopping some enemies one at a time. As far as you're concerned, maybe we'll just go all offensive. It's okay if we hit Agrias. She can't crystallize. Pop, pop. we only hit Agrias there, my bad. No chance. Fuck. Now we just wrap this up. 81 damage, 85% chance. Okay. Oof. We do have to deal with their archer, but I think we'll save that for Ramza because it's really good that our... When does he go? 9. That our archer, they don't miss. So because knights have shields, and then I think this guy also has a cloak on, which is why our spells have a chance to miss. But with concentration here, never gonna miss. Pop. Good shot there. Mustadio finishes off that guy over there. And Ramza, instead of... So the knight's already dead. The fight's over. So we can just go ahead and just steal ourselves, give ourselves a little bit more bravery. White Mage, you might as well just get a quick cure off before the fight ends. A little bit of XP and JP. Take advantage. And that's it.
Why does Ludovic pursue you and hold your father captive? Will you not tell us even now?
Pray understand. I cannot tell you. Not yet.
Being a little mysterious there, Mustadio, and we've killed quite a few people for you. Archer coming in big, baby. Coming in big. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we're back at Egros. Okay.
Our little mockingbird is taken wing, Efgarian, and it leaves me wroth. She must be returned to her cage.
Talking about the princess.
But of Lady Agrias and the others, we have no need. Silence them where they are found.
And Ramza?
The fool. He soils our name. Dogs my every move. I thought this a chance to let him learn the harsh truths of the world. But the boy is too stubborn.
Too much of his father's penchant for justice, that one.
I love Gefgarian. He's kind of an insult to Dice Dark here. He's like, yeah, your brother is just like your father, and your father was awesome. But you, on the other hand...
Father coddled the boy too much. If he stands aside, more the better. Should he interfere, there's naught can be done.
And you, his brother. The blood curdles. If the Cardinal moves to defend the Mockingbird, what then? Tchigolith himself could not reach them in umbrage of the Church's wing.
Worry not. That potentiality has been addressed.
So again, kind of establishing that the Church does have power and influence in Ivalice, so much so that, again, Tchigolith, Dice Dark, they have to, they can't just like trudge in there and do what they want.
Ever 3 steps ahead. You are a frightening man, Dice Dark Beoulve.
Truly. Would it not be prudent, then, to better guard your tongue? There are so many frightening ways to silence a bothersome one.
Come now, my lord. I am your ever faithful man.
This is, again, one of the best parts about Gefgarian here. He calls it how he sees it, His one code is he just does what he's paid to do. But other than that, he's not afraid to call people out for their hypocrisy or, just do away with all the chivalry and all the needless posturing. He cuts right through it every time. And again, that insults some people, but he's like, hey man, I'm your faithful guy. I pay me and I'll do what you want. And I just say what I want at the same time.
And not near so stubborn as a particular knight devout. if I might be so bold.
That's what he's saying. He's like, I'm a mercenary. You're paying me. I'm faithful to you. That's all I care about.
Be bold, but let there be no more missteps.
On the matter of missteps, what buffoon did you charge with the princess's kidnapping?
So we kind of talked about this earlier, but now they're going to kind of like delve into their plan for the princess's like abduction and how that went awry.
We were besetting daughter as we gave chase. Not quite how we discussed, I'm sure you'd agree. At first, I thought them mayhap the Black Lion's paws, but it would seem not. I would guess your kidnappers were wooed away by better coin, but whose hand it came from I couldn't say.
The men I sent were found dead in the woods near the monastery.
So this goes back to the beginning of the game in that prologue fight that originally those guys were supposed to be hired by Dystar, but they were intercepted, killed, and then somebody else, you know, took their clothing, their disguise as Duke Goltana's men, and then that's who we fought in the beginning of the game. Now the question is, who are those people? How did they get wind of our plans?
Someone has indeed caught wind of our plan and
I
seems
couldn't have said it better
intent on
myself.
disrupting it. No matter. As long as Ovelia remains with Lady Agrias, we will have chance enough to steal back our prize.
I pray you're right. For both our sakes.
Okay, we can just head straight to Lionel Castle here.
Who are you, and what errand brings you to Lionel?
And notice that whenever you get like a new faction, their color schemes change. Kind of like how we can change Ramza's color scheme in this version. You weren't able to do that in the OG. I was kind of hoping that we could also change the color scheme of our generic units, but they still just stay the same colors.
I am Agrias Oaks of the Lion's Guard.
Or if we could change like Agrias's color scheme, that'd be cool.
My companions and I have journeyed from Orbon Monastery seeking sanctuary. By the grace of Saint Ajora, I bid you open your gate.
The graces of Saint Ajora are in the keeping of His Eminence here. All who seek those graces are given like treatment. The gates of Lionel stand open to them. Raise the gate!
Raise the gates! Thank you. Take note of this map here, by the way. We will be returning to it with that gate mechanic.
I see, Lady Agrias. In such circumstances as these, I am fain to lend you whatever help I can.
He is super bald.
I shall dispatch a courier to Malond at once. High Confessor Marcel will have this news from my own hand. We will expose Duke Larg's misdeeds and ensure that no harm befalls you, Highness.
Your Eminence, think you the High Confessor will hear our plea?
Fear not, dear lady. The matter is in my care now. Princess Ovelia can scarce feel at ease, while those tasked with her safety are vexed with such worriment. You may enjoy the comforts of the castle, wanting though they are, while we await a reply from Malond.
Malond is like the state or the castle, the area that the church, their power resides in. It's like an island.
You are most gracious, Eminence. Thank you.
So long as Saint Ajora is our guide, we have naught to fear, child. As for you, my young machinist, I have given consideration to your troubles as well. Yours is not the first account to reach my ear concerning the true nature of the Bart Trading Company. In the Father's name, I shall dispatch a company of my finest to Gorg, and have Ludovic answer for his many sins.
As far as the father and the religion in Ivalice, the father is Faram, and it's like a polytheistic religion where it has many gods, but the father Faram, he's at the top, and then I think he has like scions of light and dark that are kind of like underneath him as far as like lesser deities. But Saint Ajora there is almost like a Jesus-like figure, if we want to compare him to our own history, where they say he's like the son of Faram.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Conditioned upon this, I would hear the reason they choose to pursue you and your father.
That is... I mean to say, it's not...
Come, come. Mayhap this will give voice to your words.
Ooh, shiny.
A crystal.
You are familiar with the legend of the Zodiac Braves?
And this is the first time we've kind of gotten like Final Fantasy into the mix, because Final Fantasy usually delves into crystals. And now we, this is like the representation in the Ivalice universe.
Indeed. In my youth, I often heard a fanciful tale of that name at Mass.
Lady Agrias, surely you do not aver that the Church would mislead its flock?
No. No, of course not, Your Eminence.
Long ago, before the mountains had ceased their wandering and struck their roots into the earth, the demonic Lucavi held dominion over the world. Seeking to end the chaos they wrought, the God of Light bestowed a refulgent blessing upon valiant and worthy souls.
The God of Light is the father, Faram.
12 were these warriors of light who emerged to challenge the Lucavi. In a long and bitter struggle, they succeeded in driving their malevolent foes to the spirit world, and Ivalice again knew peace.
So, this is definitely, I think this is part of the rewriting for this story. The term Warriors of Light, I don't think that was used in the PS1 version. And that is very much a Final Fantasy term for like the heroes. So they actually name drop it in this version as far as the translation, which is, it's just different.
The 12 each bore an Orosite crystal emblazoned with a house of the night sky.
The House of the Night Sky, those are the zodiac symbols.
And so, in time, the Warriors of Light became known as the Zodiac Braves.
That is like the Ivalice version, again, of the Warriors of Light, and I just like the title Zodiac Braves much better than Warriors of Light.
Thereafter, whenever the Lucavi have again threatened the world of men, they have ever returned to save us.
You have clearly been a most apt pupil, my child.
Elder Simon personally taught me this at Aubonne, Eminence. He also said that Saint Ajora, son of the God of Light, was himself one of the 12. Together, they saved the people of Ivalice from the tyranny of the Holy Edoran Empire, which had strayed down the path of darkness.
So the Edoran Empire, they were basically in charge before like the current rule of Ivalice, and they're also the dominant religion at the same time. But since they've been kind of like swept out, it's the Church of Galabados that is now in charge as far as the like religious power.
We call the crystals of the 12 the Zodiac Stones. That which you see before you now is a stone from that very legend.
That is the Scorpio stone, by the way. If you remember, at our character creation, we created a Scorpio. As for our Ramza.
Orosite. It exists. I did not think it possible.
Or that it held the power to keep the forces of darkness at bay? The power of the God of Light? I confess, I feel some power deep within, but my eyes see only a common crystal.
Mustadio, are you well? The color has left your face.
You have seen a stone like this one beneath Gorg, have you not?
Machines whose fires have long since guttered out lie strewn in the tunnels beneath the city. But pass such a stone near them, and you can hear them stir.
So if you bring these stones to these old machines from like the ancient times, it like wakes up those machines. There's some sort of synergy between them.
Then that is what Ludovic Bart seeks. Your aura sight.
So aura sight could almost be like a battery for those, again, old machines, maybe like an airship.
I do not know what power these zodiac stones hold. I know only that Ludovic hopes to find some way to harness this power and make a fearsome weapon. My father would not give them the stone, so they took him instead.
Yours is a pure and righteous heart, my young machinist. Proud am I to count you among my subjects. Be at ease now, Mustadio Bonanza. The Church will take responsibility for this matter. Our forces will strike at the villains, during which time I bid you retrieve the stone and deliver it into our safekeeping.
Of course, Your Eminence.
I will go with you to Gorg.
Thank you, Ramza.
I too am grateful. We would never have succeeded in reaching His Eminence the Cardinal without you. You have done us a great service, Ramza.
Easy peasy. Now we can just leave everything up to the Cardinal here. Surely nothing will go wrong.
I can only wish you well. Small aid, I know.
Your words are all the aid I could ever ask, Your Highness. I swear to return ere long.
So, let's go help out Mustadio. Say goodbye to Agrius. Should have taken her stuff. Although somebody did say when the guest party members leave, you get their stuff in your inventory. We'll check that later. But beginning of the video, I was talking about pigs. That's because of this random encounter here, this story mission that's kind of a throwaway, but it has a chance to spawn a pig inside of it, a swine. If you want to break the game, it's not break the game, if you want to have a very easy time with the game by chapter 3, do this a random encounter and keep going into it until you get a pig to spawn. I'm going to do that in this playthrough, but only as like an ace in the hole if this difficulty mode ends up kicking our teeth in, essentially. So we're not going to use this method or the items that we're going to eventually get from this unless we absolutely have to. But I still want to get the pig. And I highly recommend everybody get the pig here because it's really easy to do. Poaching and breeding monsters used to be a big pain, a big time commitment in the original version, but with the quality of life that they've added to the Ivalice Chronicles, it is so easy now, and it's definitely worth doing, and definitely something I'm going to be doing for every playthrough going forward, because again, it's just that easy and it's so beneficial. So, because there is RNG involved with this, we're just going to cut to see how many attempts it takes to get a pig to spawn in this mission, and I will show you obviously where the pig spawns, and then obviously what it looks like. So let's see how long it takes. And real quick, before you start farming this mission or trying it again and again for the pig, you need an orator with Entice here. And you can see down there on the left side that orators, they come intrinsically with Beast Tongue, meaning you can recruit any monster into your party. So you definitely need this for the fight here. Really easy to get. You should have the orator by now. Real quick, here is the game. Oh, I got the pig on the first try. By the way, I got really lucky here.
Just when I thought
but you can see in the top there, that little tiny pig. That's exactly what we're going for.
Scarce enough, and rain to rob us of that.
But other than that, this is kind of a throwaway fight. We get a lot of undead to fight. If you haven't fought any undead up to this point, you're gonna get a little tooltip on them.
Here I go.
TLDR, undead are really easy to deal with something like a chemist. You throw a phoenix down on them, and then they just there goes all their health, and they die. But undead do have the chance to, when all their health bubbles go down, sometimes they crystallize and sometimes they get right back up. So keep that in mind. The only thing that you really have to worry about with this fight is Mustadio sniping out this pig here, because they have very low health. They're really meant to be farmed here. But this is the pig we want. and that's because of what we can do when we poach it. Keep that in mind. We're going to be keeping it in our inventory essentially until, or our party roster, until chapter 3. So just kind of like we get it now and it's going to save us a lot of time. But we need to deal with all these ghosts first. And when it comes to, again, getting this pig, we're not going to necessarily use it in this playthrough. But if you're playing along, I do think it's worth getting, but you don't need it. It's not necessary. The game, I don't think, is hard enough to warrant farming out this pig here, even though it's really easy to get it to spawn. But because the game's difficulty, it's not that bad. We're just going to make the game a lot more manageable, again, when you get these items. And we'll talk about the items when we get to chapter 3. But for now, we just got to get through this fight here. And the only other thing I'd say the note with this map is when you step inside water here, it'll poison your party. So keep that in mind. Other than that, we can just blaze through this because this is not a story mission. It's just the terrain here, kind of rough. So we need to get our orator all the way around. Luckily, we do have our archer here. Get him a little bit closer. He can snipe out these ghosts here. Just have him start plinking away. Ghosts can be a little bit annoying because they can put your allies, your teammates, your party members to sleep. But other than that, we're just gonna... I wish we should have brought a freaking chemist to just absolutely wipe all these ghosts out immediately. But Ramza is doing a lot more damage now. We're gonna stand in the poison here, and that's because we can just use cure right there, do a little bit of damage. And again, we want to just make sure Mustadio doesn't kill the pig. So we really need to get our orator over here. She has battle boots. She's just going really slow. Sure, we'll just end her turn there. Our knight, on the other hand, I think we do just have to throw them into the water. Not a lot of, even with their boots, there's just not a lot of movement they have in this map. Take out the ghost there. Start aiming away. 45 damage, beautiful. Pig, don't you get sniped by Mustadio. It's a tasty target. Everybody wants the bacon. Ramza, you can just get into the mix, handle these skeletons. Alright, this little land here, good to go. And we can just get a little healing going on right there. Alright, orator, get over there. You have beast tongue. Oops, almost messed that one up. Speechcraft, entice. The percentage chance isn't going to be great. I think you need magic attack and then faith to really get that percentage up. So it's going to be a little bit of a slog and basically trying over and over again. We can move here. Do aim 7. And that's gonna kill him. Yep. Looks like we just need to do aim 7. Now we're kind of gonna want to wait for and make sure that Mustadio just keeps sniping that skeleton over there, and we don't want to take out all the targets because if we do that, then he's gonna move to our pig friend. That is not what we want. We also need to keep in mind that some of these undead units are gonna get back up. Mustadio, you need to chill over there, man. You need to chill. But while we're waiting, we can literally just keep bumping up Ramza's bravery. It's a good time to do that. You're safe to just chill. Get another attempt here. Get everybody just kind of hanging around. Pigs don't do too much damage. I want to block the line of sight just in case Mustadio gets any ideas. Fundaments, kind of like a little bit of a grind session as well, because after this fight, it's going to be the end of the video, but I'm going to say that we want to get our party and everybody to around level 15. I think that's a nice spot. Keeps us on par with what the enemies are going to throw at us, because chapter 2 is not a long chapter, and we want to be around level, I'd say 18, 19, 20, somewhere around there. And so this is going to be a good opportunity to get to that level. I don't remember that if we injure the pig a little bit, if we take a little health off, if that helps with our our chance to recruit them. So I might start doing a little damage and see if that helps with our chances here. It also doesn't help that our synergy as far as our zodiac signs, not in line with the pig here. I'm gonna try doing a little bit of damage with rush. See if that helps us out at all. Little pig, little pig. Skeletons aren't going to be a problem, except for when they just keep freaking... Oh, I don't have any Arts of War on him. I'm doing a bad job with my knight, because those Arts of War, they come in pretty clutch later on. Just wait with you. See if this helped out the speech at all. Nope. Nope, got him. Okay, now we just need to keep the pig alive, which should not be a problem. And we can just wrap up these skeletons here. Shouldn't be bad at all. Yeah, we got the pig, baby. So it might take a little bit of time, but be patient with it. You can make 2 orators, honestly, because this fight, not that tough. Do big cure right there. Get the damage off. Archer here. What can we get away with? Let's see here. You're not going to go till 10. Hit him hard. Honestly, Ramza might just end it here. Aura Blast. Pop. And you did a good job there, Orter. Real good job. Smack. That's it. Sweet.
Mustadio, are you hurt?
Now he's fine.
No worse for the wear. The channel shore lies just beyond the fen. Gorg is not far now.
Yep. So we got our pig. We're set up to be really powerful in chapter 3 and going forward in the game. Yes, little pig, welcome home. Yeah. Again, you don't need the pig, so if you've already been past this part, you didn't get the pig, not a big deal. We're not going to use it unless we absolutely have to, but this pig is going to start hatching eggs. We're going to get the next 2 tiers of the pig really easily, and those are what we're going to want to poach. But again, we're saving that for chapter 3. But this is the end of the video. We are going to get everybody up to around level 15. And then, yeah, I will see you guys next time. We'll do a little bit of an update on the party, and then we'll get straight into the story. So until then, guys, peace. Take care.